I wonder what's on TV.
Hi! Welcome, one and all. Welcome YouTube. Welcome Twitch. What up, what up, what up? It's Ego Game, our favorite furry streamer. I'm gonna draw a little bit. I don't know how long. We'll see. It's already a little late, but I kind of had a big little sleep earlier. I'm just gonna start cleaning it up a bit. Walking in the park just the other day, babe. What do you think I saw? Lots of people sitting on the grass with flowers in their hands, saying, "Hey, what you doing, Scott?" And you know how it is? I really don't know what time it was. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I didn't know it's very dark, yet I was really. Ooh. If you go down in the streets today, baby, you better open your eyes. Go down and really don't care, really don't care, don't care, really don't. Which touch your eyes? So I decided what I'm gonna do. Spirits go. Ooh. 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 I really don't know. No. I really don't know.
Another day has gone.
I'm still all alone. How could this be? When you're not here with me, you never say goodbye. Someone tell me why did you have to go and leave my world so cold? Every day I sit and ask myself, how did I slip away? Something whispers in my head and says, you are not alone. I am here with you, though you're far away. I am here to stay. You are not alone. I am here with you, though you're far apart. You're always in my heart. You are not alone. Why? Just the other night, I thought I heard you cry, asking me to go and leave you in my arms. I can hear your prayers, your burdens I will bear. But first I need your hand, and forever can begin. Every day I sit and ask myself, how did I slip away? Something whispers in my head and says, you are not alone. I am here with you, though you're far away. I am here to stay. You are not alone. I am here with you, though you're far apart. You're always in my heart, but you are not alone. Whisper 3 words and I'll come running. And girl, you know that I'll be there. I'll be there. You are not alone. I am here with you, though you're far away. I am here to stay. You are not alone. I am here with you, though you're far apart. You're always in my heart, but you are not alone. I am here with you, though you're far away. I am here to stay. You are always in my heart.
beaten, a body scorned and broken, my soul rejected, tainted by his blood. Young redemption, a sinner not worth saving, forever taken from the one I loved. Do I still wait for my God? And the symbol of my faith, I can lead you down the path and back to life. All I ask is that you worship me.
I can help you seek revenge and save yourself. Give you life for all eternity. Servants of the fallen, fight to pave the way for the sake of calling on this wicked day. Through a veil of madness, without vicious prey, one man rises up, standing in the way. Redemption, redemption for humanity.
Now maybe did I mean to treat you bad, yeah, but I did it anyway. And then maybe some would say your life was sad, yeah, but you lived it anyway. And so maybe your friends that stand around you watch you crumble as you fall down to the ground. And then someday your friends that stand beside as you were flying, oh, you were flying oh so high. But then someday people look at you, they're what they call their own, they watch you suffer. Yeah, here you're coming home. And then someday we can take our time to brush the leaves aside so you can reach us. Hey, but you left me far behind. Now, yeah, did I mean to treat you so bad? But I did it anyway. No, stand by me, yeah. Some would say you left with what you had, but you couldn't share the pain. No, couldn't share the pain and watch you suffer. Now maybe I could have made my own mistakes, but I live with what I've known. And then maybe we might share in something great. Won't you look at where we've grown? Won't you look at where we've gone? And then someday comes tomorrow holds sense of what I feel for you in my mind as you trip the fire line. And that cold day when you lost control, shame you left my life so soon. You should have told me, hey, but you left me far
What does it mean to you? make me back? Does it 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 make me back? I have fun. Attention, are you listening? Are you my favorite girl? Excuse me for the moment. And enough for world. Nothing on the fountain. It's blooming everywhere. With leaves and with Cupid, of pictures everywhere. Hang the sign upon the door. Say don't disturb this groove. There's a way to tell you that I'm so into you. Have a feeling so real. Don't disturb this groove. Woo woo. But it whispers from a distance. It means to feel the air. Excuse me for a moment. Back enough for words. Affection. If I forget, the heart is in the right place. Don't if I hesitate. Put it over and over. And back to stuff again. I'm and everything. I'm sick. If I got a desire, it's always on the list. Hang the sign up on the door that says don't disturb this room. There's a way to tell you that I'm so into you. And the feeling so real, don't disturb this room. Yes, I want to tell you that I'm so into you. And the feeling so real, don't disturb this groove. And it feels so good, don't disturb this groove. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Close your eyes and let the music put you in the mood. Can you feel it? Ooh, baby, just stop the door and turn the phone off. It's time for me and you. Are you ready? Hang the sign upon the door that says don't disturb this groove. There's a way to tell you that I'm so into you. And I'm feeling so real, don't disturb this groove. I just want to tell you that I'm so into you. The feeling so real, don't deserve this fool. 'Cause I need you, baby. I need you, baby. I need you. I need you, baby. Need you, baby. I love you, baby. I'm going down it. Going down it. Kinda like a cloud, I was up way up in the sky and I was feeling some feelings you wouldn't believe. Sometimes I don't believe in myself and I decided I was never coming down. Just then a tiny little dot caught my eye. It was just about too small to see, but I watched it way too long. It was pulling me down. I was up above it. I was up above it. Idiot. Now I'm down in it. I was up above it. Fucking idiot. Fucking idiot. I was up above it. What? Whoa. Now I'm down in it. Shut up. So what? What does it matter now? I was swimming in the haze and up on the ground and everything I never liked about you. It's kind of seeping into me. Try to laugh about it now, but isn't it funny how everything works out? I guess the joke's on me. She said, I was up above it. I was up above it. Now I'm down in it. I was up above it. I was up above it. Now I'm down in it. What? I used to be so big and strong. I used to know my right from wrong. I used to never be afraid. I used to be so funny. I used to have something inside, not just this hole. It's open wide, and I used to want it all. I used to be somebody. I used my heart, all hope to die, but the needle's already in my eye, and all the world's weight is on my back, and I don't even know why. All I used to think was me, it's just a fading memory. I looked him right in the eye and said goodbye. I was up above it. I was up above it. Now I'm down in it. I was up above it. Now I'm down in it. I was up above it. I was up above it. Now I'm down in it. Rain, go away. Come again some other day. 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 Oh, I was up above it. Oh, now I'm down in it. Nah. I was up above it. Nah. Who wants honey? Give me all of your money. Hey, I'll be right back. I gotta use the restroom. Ugh. So my back's a little better. That's good. They mean nothing to me. When
Howling out the window, the love you never gave, I give to you. Really don't deserve it, but now there's nothing you can do. So sleep in your only memory of me, my dearest mother. Here's a lullaby to close your eyes. Goodbye. It was always you that I despised. I don't feel enough for you to cry. Oh well, here's a lullaby to close your eyes. Goodbye, goodbye. So insignificant. Sleeping dormant deep inside of me. Are you hiding away, lost under the sewers? Maybe flying high in the clouds. Perhaps you're happy without me. So many seeds have been sown in the field. And who could sprout up so blessedly if I had died? I would have never felt sad at all. You will not hear me say, I'm sorry, where is the light? Wonder if it's weeping somewhere. Here's a lullaby to close your eyes.
Goodbye. It was always you that I despised. I will feel it enough for you to cry. Here's a lullaby to close your eyes. Goodbye. Here's a lullaby to close your eyes. Goodbye. It was always you that I despised. I don't fear it enough for you to cry. Oh my. It will lullaby to close your eyes. Goodbye. 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 Goodbye.
Here's a lullaby to close your eyes.
It was always you that I despised. I don't feel it for you to cry. Oh no. It's a lullaby to close your eyes. Here's a lullaby to close your eyes. It was always you that I despised. I don't feel enough for you to cry.
Here's a lullaby to close your eyes. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Spring was never waiting for us, girl. It ran one step ahead as we followed in the dance. Between the parted pages and were pressed in love's hot fevered iron like a striped pair of pants.
Agatha spark is melting in the dark. The sweet icing flowing down. Someone left a cake out in the rain. I don't think that I could take it. It took so long to bake it, and I'd never have that recipe again. Oh no.
I recall the yellow cotton dress foaming like a wave on the ground around your knees. The birds like tender babies in your hands, and the old men playing checkers by the trees.
The coffee spark is melting in the dark, all the sweet green icing flowing down. Someone left the cake out in the rain. I don't think that I could take it, 'cause it took so long to bake it, and I'll never have that recipe again. Oh no.
There will be another song for me, for I will sing it. There will be another dream for me, someone will bring it. I will drink the wine while it is warm, and never let you catch me looking at the sun. And after all the loves of my life, after all the loves of my life, you'll still be the one. I will take my life into my hands, and I will use it. I will win the worship in their eyes,
And I lose.
I will have the things that I desire, and my passion flow like rivers through the sky. And after all the loves of my life, oh, after all the loves of my life, I'll be thinking of you and wondering why.
The Gotha spark is melting in the dark. All the sweet rain icing flowing down. Someone left a cake out in the rain. I don't think that I could take it, 'cause I took so long to bake it, and I'll never have that recipe again. Oh no. Oh no. Hmm.
You were having a bad dream.
Was I? You don't look too good. Are you okay?
I'm fine. Nothing you need to worry about.
Any idea what she's talking about?
The town devoured by the darkness. Yes, I think I do. Before
See?
this place was turned into a resort, the townspeople here were on the quiet side. Everybody follows some kind of queer religion. Weird occult stuff. Black magic.
One second. I was thinking about watching something. I just don't know what. If I watch Godzilla, it might put me to sleep. But if it's a Godzilla movie I actually want to watch. What are there? It's on my watch later. I love. Oh shit.
Hey guys, welcome back to another edition of Unmade Godzilla Movies, where, okay, you know what, you get the idea. It's been a while, let's just get into it. And now we're back to the original plans for the Heisei series. The Godzilla Committee was prepared for a sequel after Return of Godzilla had grossed 1.7 billion yen. However, it still didn't quite meet Toho's expectations, as they were wanting 2 billion yen for the film to be considered a financial success. That and reviews were relatively mixed. So they get the idea to allow fans to have the opportunity to essentially write the next installment. Thus they initiated the Godzilla 2 story submission contest. Over 5,025 submissions were made up until October 1987. One of these was written by Kagura Mutsuki, who pitched a retelling of Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster, but with Godzilla and Ghidorah being the only monsters, featuring a psychic named Keiko and an alien priestess named Himiko who prophesizes Godzilla's return and Ghidorah's appearance. There's a little bit of Terror Mechagodzilla and Monster Zero sprinkled in there, as the monsters are controlled by aliens, and there's a romance plot with Keiko and a male lead named Hongo. There's also a twist that Himiko is actually Keiko, but mind-controlled by the aliens. There is also Godzilla vs. the Giant Robot Corps, or Godzilla vs. Giant Robots, which, contrary to popular belief, was not the script that was used for Gunhead. Sunrise was actually planning to turn Gunhead into a novel until Toho caught wind of the idea and decided to collaborate. However, this one was considered years later, up until Gunhead was received poorly upon release. The story that ended up winning was Blood of G by dentist and tokusatsu writer Shinichiro Kobayashi, known for his contributions to the Ultra series, namely Return of Ultraman episode 34, which would actually wound up inspiring the base premise of what would eventually become Godzilla vs. Biollante in 1989, featuring a kaiju plant hybrid that was a result of an experiment gone wrong, all while the story explored similar ideas tied to our devotion towards the value of living things. If you want to know more about Godzilla vs. Biollante's production history, check out Lili's article on Kaiju United. When Sony Pictures acquired the rights to produce an American Godzilla movie, Terry Rossio and Ted Elliott were in charge of the screenplay, which eventually got the attention of Speed and Twister director Jan de Bont. This is the one known for featuring a Godzilla design by Stan Winston, which over the years has become a fan favorite when it comes to unused Godzilla designs. Here, Godzilla was a result of Russian nuclear reactors being dumped off in Alaska during the Cold War. A recon mission takes place, and Godzilla is found and awakened, going about his usual Godzilla antics afterwards. There's also an alien biomass that takes on the form of bats before assimilating into the Griffin after absorbing countless living creatures. Even though this project got a trailer, it was ultimately scrapped because Sony thought it would have been too expensive to produce, as just by going off the script, it would have needed a budget of somewhere between $140 to $180 million. After several rewrites, that number went down to 120, and Jan de Bont tried to negotiate a $100 million budget, but he and Sony couldn't come to an agreement, which led him to lead the project altogether. And it wouldn't be until years later when Roland Emmerich and Dean Devlin came along, and we know how that turned out, on a budget of $150 million at most, which was within that initial ballpark when Jan de Bont was first on board, strangely enough. I should note that not only is this screenplay available online, but there exists a fan-made graphic novel based on the concept titled Godzilla 94, featuring artwork by Todd Tennant and Eldon Ardiente, who actually did the cover for Titania's Book 1, Rise of the Titans, a story I absolutely cannot recommend enough, as it blends all these ideas from kaiju cinema and robot anime. I heard the author is selling autographed copies on his eBay page, so go ahead and check it out, links in the description. Now we get to the other popular scrapped American Godzilla production, aside from Godzilla 3D to the max, and probably the last one I'll talk about. Back in 1983, Steve Miner, known for his work on the Friday the 13th series, pitched an American Godzilla film to Toho, which they approved. Miner would get Fred Decker, known for his work on The Monster Squad, Night of the Creeps, RoboCop 3, Predator 2018, as well as artist William Stout, who came up with a very dinosaurian Godzilla design, which would then be brought to life by the legendary Rick Baker. Miner's approach was to make Godzilla larger than life, looking to James Bond and Steven Spielberg for influence. Because like many outside of Japan at the time, Godzilla was just cheesy entertainment, so he wanted to do something that was serious. Unfortunately, Miner's proposed budget of $30 million was considered too much of a risk for Hollywood executives, especially as they themselves didn't think highly of Godzilla, going as far as to call Miner's reimagining a kids movie. It's also worth noting that if this were to go through and be successful, a Rodan spin-off was in consideration, and to potentially be directed by William Stout himself. Meanwhile, Toho would continue with what would become the return of Godzilla in 1984. Crazy how far we've come in terms of American Godzilla productions. Many failed attempts that never saw the light of day, one that unfortunately did see the light of day, and now the Monsterverse. Godzilla is now at the peak of its popularity thanks to the new American movies. Who knows where these overseas ventures will take him next? After Godzilla vs. Megalon in 1973, director Jun Fukuda kicked around ideas for the next installment with Shinichi Sekizawa. The story entailed a race of space apes called the Garuga, not to be confused with the Garoga from Zone Fighter, who try to conquer Earth to sell it for money in an auction. Sure, I guess. So to make that happen, they create the alien robot Garugan and have it attack Japan before Godzilla, Mothra, and Anguirus show up. A later draft would swap Garugan and Mothra with Mechagodzilla and a new monster named King Balgan, and Gigan would actually make a comeback. The whole space auction idea was then scrapped, and the story was then made to a more standard alien invasion affair, where Mechagodzilla, now controlled by the R-aliens, and Gigan team up to take over the planet before Godzilla, Anguirus, and Balgan come to stop them. This story would mostly stay the same as time went on. The R-aliens would then become the Black Hole Planet 3 aliens, Gigan would get scrapped, Anguirus' role would get reduced, and King Balgan became King Caesar. And thus, you have Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla. So, believe it or not, Toho was to collaborate with famous British film studio Hammer, known very well for their revolutionary horror catalog. The idea was pitched in 1976 following a story about the Loch Ness Monster, who awakened and began attacking in the then modern Pacific. It was to be produced by Tomoyuki Tanaka, David Frost, Ewan Lloyd, and Michael Carreras, with special effects by Teruyoshi Nakano. The movie seemed to be making decent progress in its pre-production phase. A script was written, a design was ready to go, Toho had already begun promoting it. However, that actually wouldn't be the case, as the movie was seeing several delays, and all hopes were shattered when Hammer eventually ceased altogether into liquidation in 1979. It seems we all just can't have nice things. That's gonna be it for this one, ladies and gentlemen. Same as always, don't forget to check out the poll in the description and vote on which projects y'all would like to see get covered next. And thank you to my channel members and my supporters on Patreon. And as always, feel free to like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys next time. Take it easy, everyone.
Uh-oh. I'll play this, but I'll be right back real quick.
So I'm sure a lot of you remember this guy.
At McMill.
I'll be right back.
Tell me to go to sign the dream. Let him know. I'm trying to get signed to Dream Chasers. All this Subway shit. All of this Subway, bro. At Meat Mill, man. Let him know. I'm trying to sign the Dream Chasers, bro.
For those of you who don't recall, 3 years ago I made a video about him, and his name is Jamani, an extremely underground rapper who was trying to make it out the subway.
Gambling at casinos, I took every chance. My $20 loss turned to 40 grand.
Listen, man. You want fur coat volume?
Now I can respect anyone trying to do something with their art, and it's not like this guy was totally trash, so it's like follow your dreams, right? That is until you turn around and trash several places of business while being employed on the name of clout.
Grade 8, CVS.
For some reason, Jimani thought that this reckless behavior would get him closer to his dream of being famous.
All of this clout chasing is temporary, bro. Deadass. I don't want to do this. I really don't want to be doing none of this. I don't know how I got to this point in my life.
His demeanor in general reminded me of a kid who never got enough attention at home, and so he acted out in the classroom. But after he flew too close to the sun chasing clout, I honestly thought that this man would never get hired anywhere ever again, not even jobs like Taco Bell, Walmart, or Amazon. And recently that video had been getting some traction once again, and I wanted to see what this guy was up to. And 3 years later, he is still around, and this guy has a whole lot of stuff going on, and he documents almost every second of it. In the last 48 hours, I've actually watched countless videos of this man talking into his camera, and by now I think I do have a pretty good insight into his life. And basically the man does the exact same thing every single. So I'm sure a lot of you remember this guy.
At McMill. Tell McMill to sign me the dream. Let him know. I'm trying to get signed to Dream Chasers. All this subway shit. All of this subway. Bro, at Meek Mill, man, let him know. I'm trying to sign the Dream Chasers, bro.
For those of you who don't recall, 3 years ago I made a video about him, and his name is Jimani, an extremely underground rapper who was trying to make it out the subway.
Gambling at casinos, I took every chance. My $20 loss turned to 40 grand.
Listen, man. You want fur coat volume?
Now I can respect anyone trying to do something with their art, and it's not like this guy was totally trash, so it's like follow your dreams, right? That is until you turn around and trash several places of business while being employed, all in the name of clout.
Grade 8, CVS.
For some reason, Jimani thought that this reckless behavior would get him closer to his dream of being famous.
All of this clout chasing is temporary, bro. Deadass. I don't want to do this. I really don't want to be doing none of this. I don't know how I got to this point in my life.
His demeanor in general reminded me of a kid who never got enough attention at home, and so he acted out in the classroom. But after he flew too close to the sun chasing clout, I honestly thought that this man would never get hired anywhere ever again, not even jobs like Taco Bell, Walmart, or Amazon. And recently that video had been getting some traction once again, and I wanted to see what this guy was up to. And 3 years later, he is still around, and this guy has a whole lot of stuff going on, and he documents almost every second of it. In the last 48 hours, I've actually watched countless videos of this man talking into his camera, and by now I think I do have a pretty good insight into his life. And basically the man does the exact same thing every single day.
Everything's a copy of a copy of a copy.
He works a job, he gambles, he loses all his money, he quits that job, he then gets donations from viewers, he gambles them away, he gets hired somewhere else, and the cycle continues. Apparently this man has been a degenerate gambler for the greater part of the last 2 decades, leading him to a life of misery. But it gets so much deeper than that. Now mainly Jimani has been cycling in and out of minimum wage jobs from KFC to Dollar Tree to Family Dollar, Walmart, and even Taco Bell.
I've had more jobs than most people my age, because if you had more jobs than me, that's kind of like, that's a problem. Like, why would you, like, I've had more than 30 jobs throughout my life, and I'm 30.
Like I already said, when we first talked about him, I thought he couldn't even get a job like this. But apparently the background check either isn't that deep, or they are so desperate for employees that they just don't care. Either way, in these vlogs, it's not uncommon for this man to work 2 or 3 different jobs in one day, but it's also not uncommon for him to leave these jobs almost as soon as he starts them.
I'm ready to quit. I was working at a Motel 6. And I just quit the job because there was a chance that I was probably going to end up getting fired anyway. Long story short, I got caught sleeping in the motel.
Citing a variety of reasons for why he chooses to quit, with the main one being that he gets fired or quits once someone recognizes him from his past online activities.
But when, you know, one person recognizes me and then essentially ends up snitching on me to everyone else, it just creates a bad atmosphere for me.
Regardless, this man is constantly filming himself at work, and one of the jobs that he's had for the longest period of time was some sort of maintenance position at a Motel 6, where he goes into random unoccupied rooms to get his rants off about his failed rap career and his problems with women.
Basically what I'm saying too is like, people were saying in the comments that the reason why females don't want me is based on my circumstances. That's far from the truth. You know, my circumstances make things a lot worse. Why people in general don't want to deal with me. But you know, even in high school, I was having issues with girls, and I'm not even. I think I'm cute. Like I've always thought I was cute. You know what I'm saying? But females, girls at the age of 17, they didn't feel like that in high school. I was never really getting girls, and the girls that I talked to, it never really went too far.
Now, another running theme here in these vlogs is actually a surprising amount of self-awareness. The man knows he has a gambling problem.
I need to stop gambling, because really my problem is gambling. Before I do anything, I need to stop gambling. Because it doesn't matter what job I get, I'm just gonna take my paycheck and donate it to the casino.
He knows he made the wrong decisions in life.
I have a lot of narcissistic characteristics, which led into just the way how I handle situations, like even with the clout chasing, my entitlement, things of that nature that hasn't benefited me long term.
And he knows that he's ultimately stuck in a vicious cycle of mediocrity.
You know, I've been unstable mentally, financially, emotionally.
And the problem is that this guy never changes anything about his life. And his fans encourage him to be a degenerate at every turn because it entertains them. That's not to suggest that there aren't a lot of people who have actively supported this man over the last year since he started popping up on TikTok. He is constantly getting donations, with some of them of course being small, from $5 to $20, but other times he regularly receives hundreds of dollars from people who like his content or want to see him gamble.
Shout out to Tickets LLC, who sent me $200. He said, if you have Zelle, I could help clear your debt. Hit me up.
Now, despite the bad economy, some people just must have money falling out of their ass. But hey, it's still better to me than donating your hard-earned money to some streamer sitting at home in their mansion. Regardless, the only thing he ever does with this money is either gamble it, spend it on takeout, or seemingly book a hotel room at a casino for the night. It's clear at this point that his focus is no longer on music, as he states multiple times that he wants to be a full-time gambling content creator.
Now that I'm not working, thankfully, I have more time to focus on being a content creator. And it's not that I don't want to stop gambling or I want to continue it, but what else am I doing with myself right now? I'd rather continue doing this, because
as long as he's not
I look at the analytics, and regardless of the people that tell me don't gamble, the analytics don't lie. The numbers is telling me people are watching this kind of content.
And let's just say that this guy is no Phil Ivey. You can give this dude thousands of dollars, and I promise you he will blow it within 24 hours. And this is really where I get to the degenerate gambler part of this story, because this man has a serious problem that he claims has lasted the greater part of 15 years, which is literally half his life. This guy is 30 years old at this point, and he is still begging anyone possible for help.
At DDG, at Kai Sanat, at Aiden Ross, and anyone that's a streamer, content creator, rapper that's willing to put me on. I need someone that's famous. I need a cosign. I need someone that can cosign me so I can monetize myself through their audience, their following.
I don't know if that's an actual.
At Meek Mill.
No, he's still trying to get Meek Mill.
Right now. I promise I'm gonna stop clout chasing. Yo, Meek. Bro, I'm gonna stop being a heathen. I'm gonna stop clout chasing, bro. I just need you to save me, bro.
Now honestly, this behavior is pathetic, but it does not really surprise me. I mean, at least this time, while begging for his meal ticket, he is not destroying a place of business. Overall, the guy does seem like he no longer wants to be a menace, and in all the content I've watched from him, he never really did anything morally wrong to anyone besides himself. Well, I guess come to think of it, there was that one time that he bought a hooker while working the front desk of a hotel.
Talk about the choice that I made
That's weird.
While at work to essentially pay a woman to have sex with her. There was a language barrier between me and this woman, so she was using Google Translator. For anyone that's curious, I think I gave her exactly $89.
Not trying to hate on him.
I just had $89 in my pocket.
In general, Jamani seems to have some major problems when it comes to matters of love.
Middle school, high school, elementary school, college, women never wanted anything to do with me. I talked about being like involuntarily celibate. I still don't want to be alone. Like, I'm thinking about my future. I'm probably gonna have like 5 dogs. I would often be attracted to women that I'm not really attracted to. I will see a woman that I'm attracted to, and then I will think about that woman while I'm by myself, and I will make love to myself because no one else is gonna make love to me. I really be disgusted with myself.
Now, one of the problems with the way this guy gambles is that he only ever plays roulette, which is very low on the control element when it comes to gambling. At least on the slot machines, you can play around with your odds and the different lines. Or if you're betting on sports or even horses, there's obviously an element of knowledge and history to help you make your decisions. Ironically, roulette is a game that is always the same, and pretty much based purely on luck. And much like his life, it's the same cycle over and over and over again. Like he keeps losing money on it, but he still goes back the next day.
At the casino right now, I lost $2,000, and that ain't no one's fault but my own.
Now keep in mind, Jimani is actually very transparent about everything, often showing screenshots of his bank accounts with negative balances. There is times where he shows off the negative balance in the morning and is in the casino that night getting deeper into debt.
Before I go to the casino, I came to the bank because I want to deposit $50. My bank account's currently overdrafted $221, so I'm gonna do that before I go to the casino.
Obviously, he's not the sharpest tool in the shed, and he even documents him doing one of the stupidest things I've ever seen a person do, all in the name of gambling. So what this man will do is go down to the Apple store, buy a $1,000 iPad, and then go and pawn it off for $300, documenting the entire process.
So I lost all my money at the casino last night, and result, I'm taking my credit cards, and I'm gonna go to Apple, get an iPad, then take that iPad and bring it to the pawn shop for cash to go back to the casino. So this is the iPad Pro I'm gonna give. It's gonna be a little bit more than $1,000.
That's like something my brother would do.
Taxes. Now I've been coming to this pawn shop for about 10 years since I started gambling, right? So I wouldn't be surprised if I get $250 for this. If they offer me $200, that's gonna be flat out disrespectful. But yeah, I got the $300. So let's go to the casino and let's see what happens.
So just so we're clear on the math, he opens up a credit card, he charges $1,000 for an Apple product, and then he turns around and pawns it for $300 cash, starting him with a net $700 loss as he heads into the casino. And then he goes and loses that money at the casino, meaning he effectively loses $1,000 in one day.
I gamble for the drug.
Honestly, guys, tell me that is not the dumbest and the most degenerate thing you've ever seen a gambler do. And he documents himself doing it over and over again, even saying that he has been doing this same hustle to get quick cash for the last 10 years.
This is going to the pawn shop, going to the casino. What's up? It's Jimani. I'm about to overdraft my bank account to go to the casino. I just lost $280. All right, so y'all can laugh. Y'all can laugh. If you want, y'all can laugh.
And the dude can even make some money every now and then. You know, a blind squirrel even finds a nut.
Made a little bit more than, I made about $200.
But don't worry, because the very next night, he loses it all.
You just see me lose $800, right? That's the last time you're gonna see that. You're not gonna see it again.
Now, I won't lie to you guys, there have been some pretty wholesome moments in these vlogs as well. Like when Jimani runs into a fan out in the street.
I appreciate it, bro. Huh? I'm recording a vlog right now.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry for
you good? You good, bro?
Can I get a picture with you though?
You wanna get in this vlog?
Yeah.
What's good, bro?
What's up, man?
Hey, man. All right, shout out to man. I'm just chilling, riding through the city.
Or when he tries to give his viewers advice on how to not end up like him.
I'm not happy with the choices I've made. And I'm not looking for sympathy for the things that I've done. This is not who I am. This is who I became.
I mean, sometimes things can even get a little bit motivational.
I don't believe what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. I believe what doesn't kill you immediately kills you slowly.
Now, sadly, all this has led him to deeper and deeper desperation, selling his NFTs he paid a lot for back when they were popular, and really doing anything he can to feed his gambling addiction.
I'm essentially gonna title this video, Selling My NFTs to Go to the Casino, because that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Yeah, it's sad, man. I invested a lot, but you know, this is the price of being a gambling addict.
Even when he collects hundreds to thousands of dollars from YouTube and TikTok revenue, which you would think would be a positive sign towards him being able to be a full-time content creator, he still ends up blowing that money too. He overspends on food, he overspends on places to stay, and it's just the same thing over and over again. I mean, this man is sleeping on the floor and then gambling $2,000 he made by pawning off iPads he purchased on credit. That is insanity. I mean, one thing I will give Jumaane credit for is that he clearly does have work ethic. For the last year, he has made content almost daily, and while yes, most of it is damn near the same thing every single day, the man is still trying to pursue his dreams while dropping the clout-chasing antics. And for this, he has built up a little fan base for himself. Overall, I really can appreciate someone like this because it shows not only the pitfalls of doing dumb shit to try and go viral online, but also the downside to being so obsessed with gambling, which is becoming a major problem for younger adults all around the world. I mean, over the last 3 years, this guy could have got a better job, he could have got educated, he could have really made a greater effort to leave the past behind, but honestly, he didn't, and now it is sad to see how much time this guy seems to spend alone, and how isolated his life is. But at some point, he has to let go of who he was and who he wanted to be to become this new version of himself. He often talks about times in high school and even middle school.
I really used to talk to this girl every day. I really had this girl in the palm of my hands, bro. There was a time where I was different when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? Like, this girl's way out my league now, but...
And it's like, dude, you're 30 years old. It's time to let that teenage angst go. And I know some of you might not agree with this, but honestly, I do wish Jumaane the best. I can definitely appreciate that he's trying to drop the clout-chasing ways, and that he's been earning an honest living for the last couple of years. Like even if he's doing all that dumb shit with the iPads, at least the only person who he's scamming is really himself. And I don't know, a part of me does actually feel bad for him because it does seem like his life is pretty tough. Not saying that he didn't do it to himself, but damn, watching some of these videos is pretty depressing.
I have to do better. I know I say it all the time, but I really have to do better.
But I want to know what you guys think about Jumaane after this 3-year update. I'm telling you guys, time flies fast. A lot has happened for myself over the last 3 years. And this really does make me really appreciate my life and the brain that God gave me and the hand that I was dealt. Either way, I do want to thank you guys for watching today's video, dropping a like and subscribing. Y'all let me know down below who you want an update on next. But as you guys know, it's been your boy the Tan Superman, and some other former clout chasers out here need to be covered, so I'm out. Peace!
I'm a compulsive gambler. I have a problem. Clearly.
My brother had a gambling, or he might still.
Funnily enough, despite literally being called Three Jokers, the book itself doesn't really focus on them. Instead, it's about Batman, Batgirl, and Red Hood, and how they each handle pain and trauma and healing from it. Now, it is by no means a bad comic, and it has lots of great moments, like Bruce forgiving Joe Chill for murdering his parents and being there in his final moments as he succumbs to cancer. But it also had a lot of truly baffling decisions, like trying to push Jason and Barbara into a relationship. I hate everything about that. Evidently though, the end result is that Johns presented the Three Jokers as representing the different eras of the character's publication history, each with their own convenient labels so you can try to keep track of them. The first is the Golden Age, aka the Criminal, and he doesn't laugh. Now, why so serious? Well, that's because the Joker wasn't always laughing and performing wacky hijinks when he first appeared back in the 40s. He was more of a menacing and calculating mastermind with more than his fair share of scowls. Now, granted, back in the day he did smile and laugh plenty, but in Three Jokers, this guy doesn't laugh because it physically hurts him. But when the Comics Code authorities started cracking down on comic publishers in the Silver Age, the Joker became a much more comical character, which is represented here by the Clown. He's the one that wielded rubber chickens, chattering teeth, and those acid-spraying flowers. But after a substantial hiatus and a lightening of the CCA, the Clown returned in the Bronze Age as a darker and more sinister presence, being the Joker from The Killing Joke who shot Barbara Gordon and killed Jason in The Death of the Family. But the final Joker is the modern incarnation, the sadistic agent of chaos who just wants to watch the world burn. This is the one that sliced off his own face and wore it as a mask, the comedian. Although they've hidden the fact that there have apparently been 3 of them this entire time, the Jokers reveal the secret to the Bat family in an attempt to find the perfect candidate to transform into a better Joker, one that has more of a personal connection and meaning to Batman. At first, it's set up that Jason Todd is going to become this better Joker. I mean, it would be perfect since he literally took up the Joker's original identity of Red Hood when he came back to life. So if he then transitioned into the Joker, yeah, it's poetic. The clown even managed to get Todd to cross that line and violate the Bat family's no-kill policy by taunting Jason with his final words as he was bludgeoned to death with a crowbar.
Please stop! Please! If you let me live, I'll do anything you say! I'll be your Robin! Yeah! And look at you now, my little Red Hood! Shooting up people and making Batman's life miserable! You are my Robin!
But Jason was ultimately deemed not bright enough to become the next Joker, so the remaining two moved on to a better candidate, Joe Chill, which I guess would make him Joe Kerr. This certainly would give him meaning, and it's not unprecedented since Batman 89 already made the guy that killed the Waynes eventually become the Clown Prince of Crime. However, earlier in the book, Bruce had found a stack of unsent letters in Chill's jail cell, learning that he had truly become a changed man while in prison, and he wanted to apologize to Bruce for killing his parents. And then Batman saves Chill's life back to back at the end of the book, first from falling into the pit of Joker acid, and then from a wall that was collapsing in all of the intense chaos. The comedian kills the criminal and turns himself in, and revealed his master plan to Batman in the back of the police van. He had been pulling the strings to eliminate the other two Jokers, and also made Chill into the candidate for the next Joker because he wanted Bruce to move on from him. Because by healing his greatest wound, the comedian could officially become the greatest pain in Bruce's life. And he also makes the note that he'll never tell who the original three Jokers actually was. Did he create me? Did I create him? I'll never tell. And this keeps the mystery of his origin alive for both Bruce and the readers, except he didn't, because we learned that Bruce has actually known the Joker's real name since the first week after their first encounter, but he's kept it a secret this entire time, so the world will leave the Joker's family alone since they're in witness protection. And on top of that, that family is pretty obviously the one from the Killing Joke's backstory, which goes against the entire point of that comic in the first place and its iconic monologue about having a multiple choice backstory. And on top of that, despite being the same creative team that introduced the three Jokers concept in Justice League, all of the stuff about the Mobius chair was never mentioned in this comic. So is it even canon? Well, before it came out, Jeff Johns was adamant about it explicitly taking place in continuity.
I've never really told a story, Batman story. I've done Batman Earth 1, but that's a different, younger, you know, kind of low-tech version of Batman in my head. And this was the first time I had the chance to write a real Batman story in continuity with the Joker. And there's so many amazing stories out there about the Joker.
But after its release, Jason Fabok said, quote,
"It's in continuity like Killing Joke is. You can take it or leave it. We're going to introduce some pretty gutsy stuff in Jokers that's never been done before. So the fans can react to it and they can decide if they want it part of the main continuity or not, like Killing Joke."
And therein lies the problem. The Killing Joke was originally meant to be a non-canon story, but fans loved it so much that DC went on ahead and made it canon. Conversely, fans universally did not like the three Jokers, mostly because it was trying so damn hard to be the next Killing Joke and missing the mark. So because of that reception, DC basically went, okay, fine, it's not canon. But then there's a new problem. That Mobius chair scene is canon. So now the three Jokers are back to being unanswered. Enter Chip Zdarsky. He took over the Batman comic in 2022, and in his very first issue, Bruce had a nightmare about the three Jokers, which reintroduced this concept to readers. Now look, I'm gonna be totally real. Chip is one of my all-time favorite comic writers, but this book is a weird and all over the place mess. So like, the Penguin faked his death to frame Batman for his murder, which activates a robot failsafe that was designed to take out Batman in the event that he ever crosses the line and intentionally kills someone. Now, very long story short, failsafe teleports Bruce to an alternate universe where he encounters a dude named Halliday, who is this universe's version of the Joker, but he never got transformed, so he still has all of his sanity. Now, that being said, he does know about the main universe Joker because of multiverse gas, and is trying to become the Crown Prince of Crime, but instead of recreating the pool of chemicals, he builds a machine that runs on multiversal energy to connect to the main universe Joker, because comics. Now, this machine works and connects Halliday to the moment of Joker's creation, but he isn't able to properly connect, so he tries again, and the same issue occurs. But here's the thing. It turns out that every time that he connects to the Joker's origin with the machine, he's actually creating new Jokers. Halliday discovers that his purpose in life is literally to create Jokers, and in the scene of his origin, we see 3 of them in one panel, asking if Halliday is up to make a 4th. Now, one could argue that this panel is ambiguous and that there's not actually 3 of them, but rather the artist showcasing motion in a single panel. Plus, a later issue shows that the next part of the scene has the 3 Jokers attack and kill one another until only one remains, which is again ambiguous, as it could be the internal conflict within the Joker's mind as he begins his descent into madness. Now sure, I would totally believe that, but the issue ends with Halliday Naruto running into the machine and then pinballing across the multiverse, resurrecting dead Jokers in Batman 89 and the Arkham games and Batman Beyond and so much more. And in the event that he goes to a universe that doesn't have a Joker, well then surprise, there's one now. And you know what's wild? Just a few issues later, Chip revealed a completely unrelated origin for the 3 Jokers, and it's almost just as complicated as the last one to explain. In the iconic Flash of Two Worlds comic, DC segmented off their classic Golden Age comics into an alternate universe of Earth 2, and with it, a lot of the sillier moments in Batman's history were separated from the main continuity. But not every writer thought that was a good idea. For better or for worse, those early Batman comics helped shape the Caped Crusader into the character that he is today, and to pretend like those wacky moments never happened plays a huge disservice to the history of this iconic character. At least that was the thought process behind the legendary Batman writer Grant Morrison, and in their iconic run, Morrison sought to integrate the classic elements of the Dark Knight's past, but recontextualize them for a modern audience. Notably for this video, back in the 50s, there was an alien from the planet Zur-Anar that was inspired by Bruce to become the Batman of his planet, with a garish red, yellow, and purple costume. Now, Morrison integrated this into modern Batman mythology by having Zur-Anar kind of be like a backup personality that Bruce can slip into in the event of psychic attacks. And in Zdarsky's run, Chip further expanded upon his lore and basically made Zur into the big bad of his entire run. Chip's book explains that Bruce learned the ability to create backup personalities during the time that he was training to become Batman, specifically from a mentor named Daniel Capito, who taught Wayne how to fully harness his brain and push his mind to the absolute limit so he can be the best, both physically and mentally. However, Capito wanted to see what would happen if Bruce met his true opposite, and thus, he sought out and trained the Joker, teaching him how to create multiple distinct backup personalities. The Clown is your standard Joker. He's jovial but evil. The Demon is just that raw, unholy wickedness. And finally, there's the Cold Death, a calm and collected Joker. Something that's interesting to note, though, is that Capito said that if he believed in heaven and hell, that he could absolutely believe that the Demon had existed for millennia, which, when combined with the slicked-back hairstyle, seems to be a reference to Scott Snyder's Batman run, where he was playing around with the idea of Joker actually being an immortal god. Because comics. Honestly, I am satisfied with this 3 personalities angle because I absolutely hate the idea of there physically being 3 Jokers all running around, because it doesn't make the character more interesting. It just makes him way more convoluted and hard to follow. At the end of the day, I'm just glad that this whole mess is finally over with and we can move the hell on. But I made a theory video about 8 years ago about how the comedian from Watchmen was going to be revealed as one of the 3 Jokers, and you better believe that I lost my shit when I read Batman 3 Jokers and found out that one of them is labeled the comedian. Yes, I was totally wrong with the theory, but I'm willing to take that as a partial win. But anyway, guys, I hope you learned at least a little something new and enjoyed this video, and hopefully, I'll see you next time.
How about no? Thank you for the video, Mr. Comic Drake.
Funnily enough, despite literally being, and hopefully,
The Misfits are a group of content creators known for their gaming videos, group channel, and 5-star rated podcast. Founded in 2018, the group has been involved in multiple controversies, although this video will not be covering the past controversies of the
Overwatch 2 retail patch notes for November 12th, 2024. Overwatch Classic, obviously the big event that everyone's excited for, both new and seasoned Overwatch fans. This 3-week event beginning November 12th offers a chance to step back in time and experience the thrilling origins of Overwatch, revisit iconic maps, enjoy the original hero roster featuring their classic abilities, and embrace the chaotic fun of 6v6 with no limit team compositions. Warcraft 30 anniversary. To commemorate 3 decades of Warcraft, log in anytime from November 15th to November 22nd to receive free rewards as a celebration gift. Oh, okay, I guess. Sure. Doomfist. Holy shit. Developer comments, this rocket punch adjustment makes it slightly easier to trigger the wall slam, which should result in fewer enemies sliding along the walls. Rocket punch angle required for wall slam increased from 44 to 55 degrees. So a lot of times if you punch someone on Doom, they would just slide off a wall. It seems like they're making it so that you hit the wall more often, so you actually do good damage. That is a pretty major buff, I think, because Empowered Punch can be really spooky, and only one of the ways that you'd be saved if you got nailed was just by map geometry. So that seems like a pretty good buff. And also, Meteor Strike costs 8% less, and healing per second while in the air increased from 75 to 90. So you probably can just full heal the whole way in the air on Doom now. So 3 Doom buffs, kind of crazy. Junker Queen. Oh god, why is that fucker there? Oh, chat, I spoke it into existence. Chat, I told you. You guys were asking me what I expected earlier, and look what I no, it's gonna be nerfs, right? Surely. No, it's not. No, it's not. I know better. I know what Malga's not dominating. They don't buff Malga. They don't nerf Malga if he's not dominating. Oh no. I don't even want to read the Queen ones now. Now I'm upset. Now I'm sad. Although she's not the most played, Junker Queen is the top performing tank at the moment. These adjustments are aimed at tuning her down slightly by reducing her self-healing and making the knife throw require more accuracy. Jagged Blade base projectile size reduced from 2 to 1.5 meters. An Adrenaline Rush wound damage self-healing multiplier reduced from 2.5 to 2.25. Wow, 2 Queen nerfs. That's crazy. I mean, I thought Queen was definitely coming up quick. Like, it felt, since the Orisa nerfs, I felt Queen was much better. Not the best, maybe not the best tank, but it was close. Although they say top performing, and Orisa's typically the lower performing, so I don't know if they're talking about all ranks or just high rank. Probably all ranks, to be honest with you, with something like this. So maybe top performing across all ranks. But man, that's sad to see a Queen nerf. I'm not ready. Developer comments, Malga has been underperforming for a while now, so we're putting some power into perhaps his most engaging ability, Overrun. Cooldown reduced from 6 to 5, and charge movement speed increased to 15%. Oh, we didn't get just 1 micro buff, we got 2. Although I wouldn't say 6 to 5 is a micro buff, that's just a buff. Micro buff is the 15% movement speed. I told you. I literally said this earlier when I was streaming earlier doing content. What people were like, Orisa micro buffs incoming, and I said, no, dude. Actually, Orisa got nerfed, which means Orisa's cycle of micro buffs has ended, which means it's Malga time. But Hog got a micro buff a couple patches ago, so he's next. First is going to be Malga though, and then Hanzo. The Dragon Strike change enables it to damage non-player entities such as barriers, turrets, traps, and mines. They should increase its usefulness even when not eliminating opponents, as it now helps clear the battlefield of other obstacles as well. Stormbow time to fully charge decreased from 0.87 to 0.8, so just like normal shots. Rapid fire or charge time increase or buff, so Hanzo takes less time to pull it back. And Dragon Strike now damages buildable objects. That's hilarious. That's a pretty sizable buff to the pullback time to shoot speed. But that's just a funny buff. I like the Dragon Strike change. That's a good change. I'm cool with it. It will actually kill Lamp. You're right. It'll kill Lamp. That's actually really nice. And you can Dragon Strike Torb Turret. Yeah, good use for it. Honestly, not bad. Junkrat. Developer comments were increasing the cooldown on Concussion Mine to reduce the frequency of both Junkrat's mobility and burst damage combo. Yeah, I thought Junkrat was really good. I thought Junkrat out in ladder was a very sneaky, strong pick. Actually, at some point earlier in the season, there was like a Junkrat one trick who was like very clear and above like rank 1. It wasn't even close. Reaper. The added survivability from this passive is being tuned down now that Reaper has 300 health and more reliable mobility after the cast time duration to Shadow Step. Lifesteal reduced from 35 to 30. I think that's fine. Reaper's just been kind of good for a while anyways. Not like he was kind of really strong like last season at the beginning of the season, but I don't think Reaper was a huge problem, but I could definitely see him being really good at like the lower ranks, especially being able to just like walk up to the tank and delete him. So fine change, fine. Tracer. This is a revert to the previous nerf. Now the Tracer is less threatening due to pulse pistol damage coming down recently. Cooldown reduced from 13 to 12 seconds, so reverting recall back to 12 seconds again. Rare Tracer buff, true. Support Ana. Whoa, big Ana buff. Damage and healing increased from 70 to 75. Wow, I think we might see an Ana meta. I told you guys I thought Ana was low-key actually really good. Ana Juno was like my favorite ranked comp. I could see Ana definitely coming back this season. I could see it. Especially with Mauga. Oh my god. Like Mauga Kiri again. If Ana's really good, Mauga Kiri, that was like meta back in like season 8. If Mauga's better and Ana's better, Kiri's still not like that great, but you know what I mean? Like I could see it. I could definitely see it with Ana being better. This damage value has gone back and forth a few times in a significant breakpoint for numbers of shots, eliminating some heroes. And then Juno, yeah, orbital rate cost increased by 10%. No surprise, best ult in the game. Juno was the top tier meta support hero and was overperforming last season. Orbital ray has been also proven to be one of the most impactful ultimate abilities, so we're reducing how frequently it comes up. Yep, I've said that last season. I said that at the beginning of the season. It was like the ult is the best thing about Juno. Even like, you know, they reduced her range. I don't even know if that was really necessary. It's all the ults. The ult's the big one. What? Uh-oh. You know how I said that, you know, Kiri wasn't that great, but if Ana's back and Mauga's back, you could probably play Kiri? I kind of wish I didn't say that now. Kiriko was heavily impacted by the health reduction to 225 and was already on the weaker side of support heroes, so we're slightly reducing her ability cooldowns and weapon recovery to add some effectiveness back into her. 3 buffs. Recovery time on kunais decreased from 0.55 to 0.5. Swift step cooldown from 8 to 7, and Suzu from 15 to 14. Uh-oh. Don't blame me! That's not my fault! That's not my fault! You think I want this? Okay. Weaver. Oh, some buffs to Weaver. Life Grip is great for repositioning allies to help save them, but also telegraph where they're going to end up, so they may take a bunch of damage right afterwards. We're adding a bit more healing to it to help this happen less often, but we'll keep an eye on it so we don't overdo it. Life Grip cooldown reduced from 19 to 18 seconds, and healing increased from 50 to 75. That's the big change right here. In 19 to 18 is not that big of a deal. And time before overhealth begins to drain when out of range increased from 2.5 to 6 seconds. Like I've always said about Lifeweaver, I think he's cool, but he's just a numbers character. Like, they're just going to keep buffing the numbers till it breaks at some point. So, more Weaver buffs. I don't think it's a bad thing. I don't think there's anything wrong. Yo, thank you for the big super chat on the YouTube side. Yo, appreciate you. You spoke the Kiri buffs into existence? No, I didn't. I didn't do that. All I was saying was they buffed Mauga, and I think Mauga already was sneaky good. I said this before. I thought he was sneaky good, and he was like right on the edge, and there was like a few things keeping him in check, but he was like pretty good. And then you buff Ana, so like Ana becomes maybe meta and becomes really good. Ana and Mauga have synergy, because if there's mirror Mauga, you can jump in and nade them, but you also then have Kiri, because the Kiri can jump in and Suzu and save your Mauga, so there's a lot of synergy in the mirror matchups that go there. And then this appeared, okay? That's not my fault. That's not my fault. And then Moira, what? Dude, like, I feel like they buff like almost all the supports. Developer comment, Moira wasn't that adversely affected by the move to 225 HP, but she could use a small boost to survivability. Self-healing increased from 24 to 30 per second. Okay, a Moira buff. The bronze players are in shambles. Bug fixes fixed an issue with cosmetic voice line effects being heard by other players. Maps fixed an issue on Circle Royale side rooms being super bright. Petra fixed an issue with Petra Arena map being available and is available to play again. Wait, so they didn't fix Dorado and they didn't fix the control map with the carpets. I forget. Samoa. So Samoa didn't get fixed and Dorado didn't get fixed. Oh man. Ana lower the combined damage and healing required to evolve the Midnight Sun mythic weapon. Evolution 2 required by or reduce requirement by 40% from 5,000 to 3,000. And Evolution 3 final requirement reduced by 20% from 10,000 to 8,000. So I called this when they first released the mythic skin. It's probably too high and most players aren't going to get it to like the very end of a game. So they were going to lower it. So they did. Good change actually. Ramattra fixed an issue where Ramattra could recast Barrier if he was stunned while casting the first barrier. Fixed a rare issue where Zarya could avoid damage from a Reinhardt pin. I feel like I had seen that happen and I thought I was crazy. Overall thoughts. This patch was close to being good, but like, what the man? Why? What the like, you know what I mean? Like, it's so close. Like, other than that, I think it was fine. I think it's fine. Like, you know, a lot of Kiri buffs. I don't really know if they would need all the Kiri buffs, but even that's fine. There just wasn't needed. Let him underperform. Let him. Why? I told you. I've already said this before. You can hire me as a consultant, and I will come in once a month on a Zoom call, and you can sit me down on the Zoom call, and we say, okay, Flats, what should we not do? And I will tell you 3 things. And I will tell you, do not microbuff Orisa, do not microbuff Mauga, and do not microbuff Hog. And then I will say, thank you so much for your time, and I will end the call. And we can do that once a month. You can pay me $1 a month, and I'll hop in, and I'll come in for 65, actually, say 3 minutes for some pleasantries. How are you guys? Hope you guys are doing well. Okay. All right, should we not do? I will tell you those 3 things in a row, and then I will end the call. That's it. That's all you got to do. All right, there's your patch notes. There's a blog too, but this is all information we already have, so I'm not going to read that. But there's your patch notes for November 12th, 2024. I will say, if the patch ends up not being fun, at least we can all go play Overwatch Classic. Let's go try the new mythic weapon. Okay, so this is the fully leveled up one. Okay, so the one I had before was not fully leveled up. Oh, I understand.
I have no idea what is going on.
Wow, that is kind of a massive effect. Okay, so I'm building up the weapon. You can see it. I'm at max level already? Okay. All right, what's the flourish? Oh, you can spam it? Okay, I'm spamming it. When you kill a target, their soul goes into the gun. Oh, I do see it. Oh yeah, I see it. It comes into the gun. That is actually pretty cool. That is cool.
Wow.
This is kind of a little underwhelming, I would say. Other than, like, be realistic with me. Other than the 2 souls flying around and the gun itself making whirling noises and like the smoke coming out, how is this any different than a weapon inspect? How is this a flourish? Like, I'll give you the flourish for the Ana. I was willing to give you the flourish. I was willing to give you the Ana one. This is an inspect. I'm literally turning the gun to the side and looking at it, and then things are just playing. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't know about this one, Chief.
Affirmative.
Sometimes I like doing that. But I shouldn't. Anyway, thank you for anyone liking, just watching stuff with me, seeing me draw stuff. Anyway, I gotta go. It's kind of late. Yeah, and I gotta get going. Peace out. Later. Good night.